With all the silt over there?
I'll have a look. What's silt?
Silt is just where all the runoff is, and it looks sometimes dry, but you just...
Who did that? Augustine.
Yeah, a lot of people do it right there near the tabletop where that big drain is. They think it's, oh, that's dry, I'm gonna ride there.
Augustine got stuck there.
Yeah, a lot of people have over there. All right, guys, 2 things really quick. So when we're working a turn, when you're going to a track, whatever it may be, you go in, you would say the main line in this turn right now, Ethan, is where?
That inside?
That inside that rut, right? Feel like that's the fastest line?
Yeah.
Okay, so most are probably gonna feel that that's the fastest line, okay? So good to get good with that, but when you're racing, if that's the fastest line, where's everybody gonna go? That line. So now you're in a race, what's your option? How are you setting yourself up in this turn to pass a rider that you're close to speed? What's your option?
Find a different line.
When are you gonna practice that different line? Yeah, well, right now, but those are the things you got to start thinking about, right? Not only having those lines that you're going to take if you're out front, but what are your lines going to be if you're behind somebody? How are you going to pass them, right? Like, let's have Ethan, you and Tiger come into this turn, all right? I want Tiger, you just be, yep, together. You're going to go in the main line. Tiger's going to go into hey, you can come just wherever, side by side, behind them. So guys, Tiger was actually going outside. He was starting his power early, cutting up this inside. So Ethan's probably gonna come out here. Is he gonna make a pass? I don't know. He has an option. He's setting himself up to actually possibly be able to pass a rider, where most of you guys are just gonna take the main line. So then what you're gonna say is the track's one line, I can't pass. The most common thing when people are talking about how the race went, you know? Well, Tiger was already in front of him. That was horrible. You can't pass somebody you're in front of. Very bad. Hey, and right when that front end started pushing, what'd you do with the throttle?
Oh, shut off.
Shut off. Went right to that front, washed it, right? You reacted to that little bit of push instead of just staying committed, and you most likely would have got traction.
Yeah.
It's all right. Because he checked up a little bit more, then he went to being even more aggressive, so that rear wheel wanted to break loose, right? Because you backed off your entrance. Don't back off your entrance just because of a mistake. Learn from it. Try it again. If you wash the front again, oh well, it's no big deal, right? And I think you would have been perfectly fine if you just would have stayed committed, maybe a little bit more weight on the front, but stayed committed with the power. But once you chopped, it was over, and it's happening fast, right? You came in there fast. You didn't have much, you weren't braking very long, and it was right back to power, which was good. You just didn't execute it. It's okay to make mistakes though, right? But the good thing is you were thinking differently than every other rider. Was anybody else taking that outside thing?
I tried it once and then I never did it.
What was your thought when you took it once and then, nope, I'm not taking it anymore?
Felt slow.
Okay, watching that, does it look like it was that slow? Right? And we've talked about that, right? Leading up to Loretta's, we're about 8 weeks out, right? We're 8 weeks out on a tight track. What has the big thing been that we've been talking about? Mentality. Being willing to take those outside lines that nobody's willing to take. But when you take those lines, yes, you have to go faster, right? But that, once again, is that a mentality? Yeah, that line, yes, it's longer, but I'm okay. I'm gonna go faster. Not many people are going there. So just like here, nobody's going there. So is there a bump out there? No. The inside where everybody goes, there's bumps, right? So you got to think a little bit differently. All right, let's go. take the? Did you ever take the outside? What? What did we just talk about? Hey, and also we started when we started over there talking, what was the reason we wanted to go outside? To create an opportunity to pass, right? So Noah, who are you passing? Say you're passing a rider and he's going in the inside. He's going in the inside. How are you going to pass him?
Are you going around the outside?
He goes in the inside. Where does the inside, when you took the inside before, where did the line lead to?
Out. I beat him into it.
So you're going to go around the outside and the whole time, and he's not going to drift and knock you off the track?
Yep.
Absolutely not. I would love to see you go around any competitive rider around this turn, and he's going to just let you go around the outside of him. Tiger, you going to let him go around the outside of you?
That's Tiger.
Ethan, you going to let him go around the outside of you?
No.
No, we don't want to watch it. You'll get punted right off the track. But beyond that, you watch Tiger make a pass on Ethan, right? Probably, I would say the top 125 guy. Did he go around the outside of him? He could have, but he was showing you guys to make a cut. Also, get comfortable with sliding with the rear wheel. How many of you guys are getting comfortable with that? How many of them are getting comfortable with sliding with the rear wheel? What'd you just say over there? We ain't making friends right now. Be honest. What'd you say?
Everyone's just pushing into the outside.
So what are they you guys are waiting. You're looking for something to hit. When you don't have something there to hit, you guys are like, I can't turn the motorcycle, right? Get your eyes up the inside and learn to steer with the rear of the bike. Like even that right there, was that good? Yeah. Rear wheel the entire time. He wasn't looking for something. Anytime that rear wheel starts to slide, what do you do with your clutch? What do you do, Waylon? Is your rear wheel sliding at all? Or you're all the way, Nico, where are you at? I mean, you almost went off the track. Yeah. If I took that berm to Colleen's house, I think you guys would go to it. I mean, how much bigger does this turn need to be, right? Remember, it's mentality. You got to open your shoulders up. Logan, same thing. You're looking for something. Cody, you got the one that was decent, but you're here, right? Your bike's not going to want to slide. You got it where it slid a little bit, Greg, but you're checked up way too much. Declan, you're coming in, you're like this. You have no control. Get that head centered. Get that outside arm up. Get over the front so the back wheel can slide. You know, same with you. You're too straight up and down. Waylon, when you're right here, is that rear wheel going to slide? Why? Weight on the back. So you know it, but you do it every time you're going through here, and the bike's just pushing, but you're not changing anything. If you don't change anything, the results aren't going to change, right? So if you're not comfortable with sliding with the rear of the bike, you know, and turning with the rear and having control of what the bike does, why are you guys going to the berm? We already know how to do that. Anybody can hit something and bank off of it, right? We sat there and talked about it. If you guys don't change things, nothing is going to change, you know, right? And wherever that berm is, if that berm's all the way up here, late in the turn, guess what you're going to wait to do to get under power? Wherever that berm is, later and later, just like everybody else. You're not going to separate yourself from anybody with that mentality, right? I let you guys kind of do it, but I was like, man, is anybody going to try to really slide up the inside? You know, a couple of you did it a couple times, but every single time. Don't even allow the berm to be in your vision. All right, let's go. we're gonna go. We're gonna team you guys up. How many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, drifted wide, right? Shut him down because knowing he has all that drive and all that traction, and then you've got to think in a race situation, what does he have in the next turn?
Inside.
He has
Yeah,
the
I
inside.
would've
Yeah,
if
yeah.
It was a race, but yeah.
You didn't want to show him all your tricks.
Yeah.
But those are things, right? Like if you're going wide, you're gonna have no option. Cody, you see him drifting wide. What's gonna be your option? Try to cut down if you can, right? And that's where we've been talking. The better you get at steering with the rear of the bike, can you do that without any hesitation, right? You see him coming, then it's, you know, the more we practice things like this, the better you're going to be able to execute those things without hesitation and be one step ahead of that other rider, right? Because when he comes outside to block you, there's a good chance when he hits that berm, right? Because he's kind of going to block you, he could stuff that bike a little bit. And when he stuffs that bike a little bit, you can execute that pass back, right? So all the little things that we got to keep working on being better. But some of you guys were pretty close coming around there, and that was good. Yeah, and even coming in those rollers, you got to trust that, hey, this guy's got control, right? But
yeah, I was scared with Ethan right there. Me and Benji got really close.
Nobody
to that
I get
rollers.
more
They were
scared
like,
of than Noah. Noah is just so unpredictable. Like he'll just do anything.
Dude, Ethan would try to crash
yeah,
that way.
I would have to say I would be more intimidated with Ethan than Noah.
No,
Like-
me and Ethan have had our experience.
Yeah, you and Ethan have tapped rear wheels in the air. Like that would be the guy I would be a little bit more of.
Green Goblin. Oh my God.
Ethan might like whip it so hard he like knocks your helmet off, you know. So
was intimidating.
we know Noah's not gonna do that, right?
But Noah will just cross jump you.
Yeah, that's probably just as bad, right? All right, guys, let's go. What do you want, 20 minutes?